Hi there, crafty peeps. Enis here from Papercrafting with Enis, and I'm on today with another project share for the Happy Crafter Shop, as well as a tutorial on how to create these beaded tassels. Now, I know there's a lot of tutorials out there, and people probably do them different than I do, but I am not in the paper crafting mood, so I'm having fun just sitting down and doing some beadwork. So I was really happy to do this. So this one here is one I shared a couple of days ago in a different project share, and it is featuring a lot of the dark beads from the January release, as well as some of the beads that I've had in my stash from previous releases. Cute little dangle on here, very pretty, and some embroidery floss. Okay, this is in blacks, purples, and golds, and I think it's really pretty, and it would look great on a journal. And then today I put this little number together, and this one here is featuring one of the milky white heart beads from the January release, as well as a couple of these beads. And these I think were in the November release. These little red and white ones were in the January release. I've got some little clear rondelles here. Those were from a previous release. And I've got some silver bead caps I'm using. I found this little red bow in my stash, which I think goes perfectly here. And then I've got a little dangle here that I created using a bunch of the Happy Crafter Shop beads and some from my stash. The bottom has this little red clover-shaped flower. And I have topped it off with a tiny little heart gemmy there, as well as a key. So pretty. So anyway, I thought we would make one of these today. So grab a cup of coffee and make yourself comfortable. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I try to do some things ahead of time. We'll see how this works out. But anyway, just reminding you, I am on the design team for Happy Crafter Shop. There's my coupon code if you do some shopping. And here are Lisa's social media channels, as well as her web address. And I did want to remind everybody she does have a few beads and things still in her shop, and a number of her die sets. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, be sure to pick them up and be watching in March for her next release. So let me put those aside, as well as these little goodies. And I am using my new little plastic trays I got from Temu. This tray has got, we're going to put together a pink, silver, and white one today. This tray has got one of the little dresses there from the January release, and that's in a pearlized pink. I've got a pink lobster claw. I've got some silver bead caps, some rondelles from previous release. These are from the January release. They're the bead in beads. And then I have some wire wrapped beads here, and these came out of the bowl that I keep off to the side there. Perfect, because some of the beads were already wire wrapped in silver. So yeah, oh, I also have a little piece of chain here. I think I got a whole bunch of these links in different colors from Temu, and so I'm happy to be able to use some of that. So we're going to start out. Oh, by the way, I did cut a piece of my wire, and I am using this aluminum wire. It's 18 gauge. I don't know if you need to use a particular type of wire. This is soft and pliable, and I do know if you bend it too much, you can break it, so I'm going to have to be very careful about that, but that's the wire I'm using. And I am also using a number of embroidery flosses from my stash, and I did mention previously in another video that a lot of these flosses are actually vintage. They're probably 60, 70 years old. They came from my grandmother. I grew up with her in her house, and she was a crocheter, a sewer, embroiderer. She did all kinds of stuff. She did not papercraft. But anyway, what I did was I just took 5 different colors. They're in pinks and whites. And I cut off a big long link, and I'm just trying to undo a little knot I've got going on here. Put that one up there and lining up all of my ends. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this one keeps knotting up. And it's just so happens the one that's knotting up is actually a crewel thread. It's not really, it's not regular embroidery thread. This is crewel because it's a lot thicker. Okay, so I have 5 different kinds. You can use 1, you can use 2, you can use as many different threads as you want. You can use yarn. It doesn't matter. You just want something that you can make a tassel with. And I'm just using this little notepad that I got at the Dollar Tree. I keep these on my desk here for writing little notes to myself and keeping track of stuff. And I'm going to line up the ends at the bottom of this pad. And So my tassel is going to be about that long. You can make it longer or shorter, whatever it is you choose to do. And by the way, you see how these are springing up like this? After I put this tassel together, I will spritz the threads with some water, and that will take that kinkiness out of it. So I'm going to wrap this around several times. I don't know how many I'm doing. Depends on how thick you want your tassel. Okay, and that ends with the ends at the bottom, so that's perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this off, and I'm going to make sure that I keep them separated. So that is the opening at the top there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to take my wire and put it inside of there, and I'm going to bunch up my threads, and I'm going to squish this up and just give it a couple of twists. Okay. All right, so just a few twists there. I think you can probably see that. It's probably more than I need. And I'm going to cut off the excess. Okay. Now, to me, this is actually the hardest part of making these tassels, is this part right here, because I'm going to put a bead on there, and I'm going to put a bead cap on there, and it's got to be able to fit over that wire. So to try to increase my chances of success, I'm going to take these pliers and just sort of squish that down. Just try to make it as flat and as skinny as possible. Hopefully it will work good for me. Okay. All right. Now, I don't know that you need to do this or not, but I like to tie a piece of thread around the top of the tassel too. So let me get a piece of thread here. I'm going to try to use one of these colors that actually matches. Okay. And I'm just going to tie that around the top of the tassel here. And I'm going to try to make that as tight as I can get it. Okay, crafty peeps. Sorry, I don't know why that happens. Every so often my camera cuts off and I lost a little bit of footage. So the last thing I think I was showing you, I had tied the thread around the top of the tassel itself, nipped off the extras, and I have now put the bead cap on there, and it actually fit on there good. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so now we're going to start beading this. So I'm going to start out with one of my little rondelles. And the reason I'm using this rondelle is I know it has a wide hole, and it's going to fit over that excess wire that's right there. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see that excess wire wrapped up there? And the rondelle will fit on there. I know it will. Okay, and now I think I'm going to use one of the pink pumpkin beads, and then I'm going to use a white one. Going to use a bead cap and one of my bead in beads. These are so pretty, and that's what we have so far. Very pretty. And now I'm going to put another bead cap on. Okay, my cute little dress. This is our focal point. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. So pretty. And now I'm just going to do the opposite. So I'm going to need a bead cap and one of the large beads, another bead cap. So you see how easy this part is, okay? Yeah, the hardest part is making this, for me, is making the yarn tassel at the bottom here. Okay, now I'm going to use a white bead, a pink pumpkin bead. I'm going to use another rondelle. So basically I'm doing the exact opposite how I started. And there is my tassel. Okay, now I didn't have a pink bow to put on the top. Well, I might if I dug hard enough, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. You don't always have to do everything the same. So this one is a little bit different. Okay, So let me see here. I'm going to use a large jump ring right now. And I'm going to need my chain. And I know I'm not going to need all of this, so let me cut some of this off. Let's see. I may have to cut more off, but that's okay. And so I'm going to do this like I'm wire wrapping a bead. Okay, I'm going to take my needle nose pliers, if I can find, oh, here they are, right in front of me. I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch of wire there and do a right angle turn. And you know, people do their wire wrapping differently. This is how I do it. I'm going to take my needle nose, I'm going to put it in the crook where I like it and wrap that towards myself and underneath. Okay, so there we have our little scarf. Okay, it's kind of what it looks like. And at this point, I like to switch hands because I am a right-handed person. And I'm going to make it so that everything is hanging down. So I have the pliers facing up and the bead part hanging down. And now I'm just going to wrap this around, and I'm going to try to do 3 wraps, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to use my nippers and cut off the excess. And then flatten that down. Okay. So this is what we have. Okay. Okay, crafty peeps. So I don't know about you, but I'm having a day today. Okay. So my camera has shut off again. So this is like, I'm piecing this video together piece by piece by piece to try to get through it. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I think when it cut off the last time, I had just showed you that I finished wire wrapping the very end there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my jump ring and I'm going to add my chain. And by the way, you don't have to put a dangle on the side of your tassels. I think it looks nice. That's why I'm doing it. And I'm putting my lobster claw clasp on, and I'm going to go through that little loop at the top of my tassel. And I'm just going to close that up. Okay. Yeah, today maybe wasn't the best day for me to do a video. I don't know. Yesterday I recorded 4 videos. I think my camera shut off maybe once. I don't know why that happens. So I just want to make sure that's good and tight. And so here we have the tassel and the little piece of chain hanging off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add beads and charms to the tassel. Okay, so I am done with this little tray. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to bring in my other tray here. So I'm going to decide what I want to be the focal point at the bottom, and I'm kind of undecided whether I want it to be this bead or this. And I'm kind of leaning towards this one because I like the pink. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let me grab some jump rings here. I think I'll take these. Okay, and I usually like to start out with my focal piece first. So this is basically the same way I would do a ready-to-bead dangle or any other dangle. I've got my chain, my focal piece, and it's going to go right there on the end. Okay. And then I'm just going to close that little jump ring up, making sure it's good and tight so my piece doesn't fall off. Okay. And I'm going to start adding beads. So let's see. I think I will start with, I think I'm going to start with the white one. Okay. Just looping that through. And pick a place on my chain. I usually start down at the bottom and work my way up. Okay. So with this one being added on, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish adding all of these little beads on here, and then I will be right back. So I'll see you in a couple minutes, crafty peeps. Okay, crafty peeps, I am back, and we are just about done with this tassel. So you can see all the wonderful beading here. I've got this little dangle hanging off here. And we're going to finish up with this part here, okay? So you see it's got a lot of craziness going on. Now, if everything was still lined up properly, which it's not, I could just snip across this and we would be good to go. But this thread was very, very twisty-turny. So I'm just going to trim it the best that I can. Basically what I'm doing is I'm cutting all the loops at the bottom free. Okay, and I'm pulling on them so that I make sure that I'm actually cutting on the bottoms. Okay. Let's see, any more? I usually don't have this much trouble, but this embroidery floss was very crazy, okay? I think I may have it all trimmed. Okay. Oh, no, I don't. Now, if you'll remember, at the very beginning of this video, I said there was a way of straightening all of this out. Okay. So I think I've got them all trimmed now. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm sort of going to pull these down. Let me grab a paper towel here. And I've got a bottle of water, spritz water here, and I'm just going to spritz this, okay? It's almost like we're fixing somebody's hair, okay? See, it's taming down already. Not completely, but it will. A little bit more. And it will dry, so no worries about that. See how it's kind of taming? Okay, now that it's just about there, I'm going to pull it all nice and tight to the bottom and just trim off the ends. So we have a nice, neat tassel. Get rid of this. Put my water sprayer away. And here we go. So here is the finished tassel. I know this has been a crazy video. I had a lot of trouble with the camera today for some reason. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, it cut off a couple of times, and so this video is going to get pieced together before it gets published. But you can see here is the finished tassel. I've got that pretty lobster claw clasp. Here we've got all of these beads, and I think all of these are Happy Crafter Shop beads, except maybe the white ones. Okay. I've got my vintage embroidery thread at the bottom there. The silver pieces are all from Temu bead caps. And then here we have a little dangle. And on the top of the dangle, I have a little pink tulip. And then a number of beads, most of which came either from the Happy Crafter Shop or out of my bowl there that has beads that are already wire wrapped. And then at the very bottom, we've got that little clover-like flower, which actually is like 4 hearts pointing inside. So that's what I've got for you today. I'm sorry that this video got a little crazy and it was a little long, but so now I have 3 of these gorgeous tassels, okay, that I can gift to some crafty friends or some family. So thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you sticking through to the end. And don't forget about my coupon code for 10% off all orders. We've got Lisa's web address there, www.happycraftershop.com. And yeah, thanks again for stopping by, for catching this video. And I will see you on the next crafty video. See you later, crafty peeps. Bye.